Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolf, and I'm casting a game between Darkomicron. I think that's how you spell. I don't know how to say that exactly, but I think it's Darkomicron. And his opponent, whose name is much easier to say, Mperor. Not PvP finals today, really. Put a bad, man, I'm trying to say throat in my throat, but flavor, taste in my mouth. That's what I'm trying to say. Taste in my mouth. Bad taste in my mouth. It's kind of gross. And I wanted to cast another game to say I'm sorry, because it was kind of gross, but this will be a lot less gross, I think, even though there is a Zerg on the map. At Protoss is the Supreme Race on Delta Quadrant. Opposite spawns, and yes, I wanted to say something really fast. I was going to say it during the finals, but I didn't feel like it was appropriate. This video is brought to you by Crispy Korea Donuts. Have a taste of the dark side. I hope that worked right, because I've never tried it before. I know the filter works right, because I've done that 100 times, but the picture, I guess if it doesn't work, I guess I'd be working a long time to make sure it does work. Let's see, both players haven't scouted yet. I find that kind of interesting, because as a bad player, I always scout at 9, but they aren't scouting. Maybe perhaps they know each other, which I guess they know that there's no cheese on the way. We have a 10 pool, which is fairly early, I believe. It's not something that you'll overcommit to, but it is kind of an early pool. So he could see some early speedlings, or perhaps speedlings to protect a base. It's kind of a weird choice. I know this map is kind of easy to fast expand on, even though it's hard to protect the fast expand. So yeah, kind of surprised about that. We got Dark over here not walling off, which is kind of weird. But he's also standard right now. Let's get that production tab up that I always forget. Yeah, Dark, use that chrono boost. I think it's funny how he always makes probes in pairs, like almost always, but he doesn't use his chrono boost. And if you guys, I'm sure most of you know, but chrono boost is pretty much perfect for chronoing out a pair of 17-second making probes when it lasts for 20 seconds and cuts it in half. So, yep, that's a good way to use your chrono boost. It's how the Protoss gets a good early game economic edge. Zerg player getting extractor at 15. What's that? It's an overlord. It just looks kind of like a building over this. His overlords are coming to check it out. And see, I guess they do know each other. No. There it is. Yeah, he has scouted. So I'm like, well, how did he see over here? So he has scouted. It's still really late of a scout. I mean, pair of Zerglings coming out probably for scouting and killing off this worker here. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see a fast expansion, but he's actually going a Roach Warren first. So this may be a 22 expand with a defensive layer of roaches on the outside. A crunchy layer of... Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. How much do queens cost? 2, I always wondered. 2 supply. It just seems kind of like they should be free, but then again, that'd be way overpowered, because every game ends up as mass queens for Zerg. I have a normal-sized army plus a ton of queens. Metabolic boost is not being done, which tells me this is going to be kind of an early roach attack. I don't think this is any like specific build order for roach rushing. He's not building up any. I guess he kind of is. Right now is when he wants his larva to hatch. So perhaps he's waiting for one more larva, because I do that myself, which is not really good. So he's actually not a noob like me, even though it's kind of hard to tell. Really needs to. Well, I guess he is 6 roach rushing, or something like that. So he's going to be 6 roach rushing, which is something I've never heard of, but whatever. Dark is completing his wall off, which is kind of nice. The probe, oh, he made it back. I love that little trick. I mean, it's definitely probably should be fixed. It's stupid, but it is kind of cool. It's stupid and cool. I like how and so we got the pair here. I don't know. I'll call them the nicknames that my friend and I are going to call our Portal 2 cooperative nicknames, which is Slim Jim and Frank. I just nicknamed Slim Jim out of nowhere, and we got a pair of roaches fighting off a zealot and this stalker. Unfortunately, I mean, with some micro, he might get it, but that zealot is not going to live very long. Against these 2 roaches, I think he could have done it, but that stalker needs to get the hell out of there. And I nicknamed myself Frank because it's Frank Fontaine, which is Atlas, and my friend called me, so you'll be Atlas and I'll be Peabody, and I said, actually, it's Frank Fontaine. And you guys know the joke, I'm sure. Bioshock and Portal references all in one. Force field going down. Yes. Unfortunately, the Zerg player, sorry if it's a friend of Dark, must be stupid because he didn't just walk up there. I'm pretty sure you could walk through that. Dark is like praying to God that he doesn't get boned. And he is switching to, and he's using his chrono boost now. Not as effectively as I would like, but whatever. Trying to get out another sentry for a force field. That's like It's good that he's trying to do that, but the fact that it got sniped off like that is really bad. So Dark's really far behind. He's not macroing up very well. It's very hard to macro when you're being destroyed by roaches. Lol. And he is trying to warp in a few more units here. Fortunately for him, the Zerg player is kind of stupid and didn't use all of his roaches. If he had these roaches hitting this pylon here, or moving with his actual units, that would be such a big change. And for some reason the roaches are like attacking the probes. He must have told them to stop. Well, when they were standing there shooting, they told them to halt. Hold position. That's what it's called now. And so a good micro here by Dark, saving that Stalker when it's about to die. I guess a good micro by Red here. Because he's choosing to attack the pylon. The pylon will go down for sure. And 3 Stalkers versus 3 Roaches. Stalkers should win pretty convincingly, especially because they're easier to micro. I wonder where that last one went. But fortunately, there's no micro there. Yeah, these units can be more expensive but not be as effective. That is okay in my book. I want to kill those roaches now. This is kind of hard to watch. But yep, that should be good. Too bad though that they're so low on shields. Yeah, if you know whatever. Good micro there by Dark. This is one of those. Jeez, I feel sorry for Dark. He's got. See, the opponent just probably macroed not very well. Oh my God. I just thought of that move. Happy Gilmore, and he goes, what is the name of it? The big giant guy, the Happy Gilmore's old boss. He goes, Happy Gilmore made that less than an hour ago. Well, good for Happy Gil. Oh my God. That's what I was thinking about. So, Dark is getting Robotics Facility, probably Immortals at this point in the game, or going to switch into Colossus like a fast Protoss bitch. Actually, that's 3 and 3, so that's good. I was concerned that he would be dying, like I always am, because I love Protoss. I am totally for Protoss. Today I'll be playing some more Terran tonight, I think, because I actually have Dead Space 2. Here we can learn a little bit of Ice Fang, because I like to talk about myself between casts. It's the price of me making these casts for you guys. I'm playing Dead Space 2 on hardcore right now, and it's okay. I'm not really feeling it though. I'm like, whatever. It's not really hard, but it's not really fun either. It's just kind of for achievements, but I like achievements, so I'll probably just take my time and do that over time. Something's pounding around outside. Whatever. Focus on the game. And I have to say that although you do generally don't want to go too heavy on the what are they called, sentries, then oh man, stupid text message, go away. You don't want to go really heavy on sentries. You want to only get a couple, because that one Guardian Shield does make a pretty big difference. Even if it is against roaches, it still does a good chunk of protection. Takes away an 1/8 of his army's power, even if they're just mass roaches. Zerglings even more so. Well, I guess they wouldn't, because they have melee attacks. Duh. You guys facepalm. I probably corrected myself faster than your facepalm though. Whatever. Got a pair of Zerglings checking out the perimeter here. I guess they're checking for a fast expansion. Lucky for Dark, he actually took advantage of his natural back here. So he's getting a natural, backdoor natural, I guess that's what they're called, backdoor natural, and Immortals. So got one Immortal coming out, and he actually supply blocked himself, which is kind of funny. And the Immortals cost 4 supply, so it's quite a bit. He needs to plop down quite a few more pylons. Oh, no, never mind. He's awesome. He was already planned for it. I guess he's trying to move out here to see if he can take the base. Unfortunately for him, the Zerg player probably saw the Immortal, and so logically would probably switch away from making too many roaches and kind of went for more speedlings, considering what's attacking him is definitely weaker to a lot of speedlings. Actually, the Zerg player just waited for a couple, I guess by couple I mean 14 larvae or so, and just made a ton of Zerglings. That'd be enough to just roll over the Protoss player. Dark, getting Burrow, interesting. Not really taking up, which is kind of something I see a lot more of at like good level of play, but not pro. Man, Zerg, I hate you. You stupid. I just mass roach, and that works okay. But yeah, well, I think I'll cast a game I played the other day where the Zerg player goes very roach heavy, and I'm just gonna cast it for fun, because that's what I do, is fun, fun, fun. And I didn't say it with her voice because I didn't want my subscribers to get a headache from watching my videos for longer than 15 minutes. So, yes, good. And now we have a pretty good ball of Immortals and Stalkers and Zealots. I still think that one sentry would be nice, but Dark is macroing so nicely. I love that. it always makes me smile. It's harder to macros Protoss because we have to have more resources to spend. So we can't like just spend it on a Marine and spend on a Marine. We have to spend it on a Zealot. I'm just kidding. It's definitely equally hard in my opinion to macro at platinum level. I know that a few of you are like master level players and you're watching this, you're like, stupid Ice Fang, Protoss is harder, stupid Ice Fang, Terran is harder. At my level platinum, I believe it's equally difficult to macro both armies. I'd probably say Terran is a little bit easier, but that's just for me. And Proxy Pollen going down, kind of getting nice immortal numbers here. I don't really like immortals as a unit. I don't know how to say that. I don't like immortals in game. I don't feel like they're very effective, but I do think they're very sexy. I just love immortals. They're so cool. I wish they could just shoot up though. I mean, come on, those things can't be that unflexible. With my ultimate warriors, but they cannot even shoot in the air. It's like roaches. I guess, what do they even say about roaches? Let's see. Roach is assault unit. What does that mean exactly? Hydralisks are ranged attacker. Huh, I wonder why, which one's better there? Assault units. That sounds like it could assault things. Ranged attacker. That means it can attack at range. So it doesn't mean it's really good at it. It just means it can do that. So yeah, now I'm kind of curious what it says about stalkers and everything. But I won't miss this engagement. Wait. I want to see something. I forgot to look at this. Okay. He's getting a Hydralisk then, but no, not that one. Army. There. Okay, Army tab. The Protoss player is ahead by quite a bit gas, about double actually gas, and about a third minerals, you know, whatever, close to that. So he definitely has an army advantage. And why did the Protoss player get in that, or not the Protoss, Zerg player get in that position? Well, he didn't see what his opponent was doing, so it was actually kind of bad Overlord placement. He was, I mean, like right here is not a bad spot. Right here you can see what's going on. He lost his Elnaga tower, and the Protoss is kind of staging an area up there. He didn't do any scouting of his opponent's base, so I guess it's okay to play Zerg and just mass roaches. And I think Dark is going to go ahead and punish him for that. Just click the button that I know best. Dark is definitely going to punish him for his insolence against our supreme race. And oh man, it's just so cool for me, you know? The Immortals, when they just like they steady their legs and they go boom, headshot. I mean, unfortunately, the roaches are still managing to kind of, you know, do okay here. I wish they would just all die, even though they were fighting just mass stalkers, a few zealots, and a good amount of immortals. Yes. Oh, microing immortal like a boss. Unfortunately, immortals are stupid and kind of dragoonish. So, okay. Even with reinforcements, Dark is. Come on, I want to see this. I wasn't trying to prove a point originally. We'll stop right here. Okay, so Protoss player took out. Don't even look it up there. Protoss player took out army. The entire Zerg player at the beginning of the engagement, and he's left with. Is that about half, I suppose? So that wasn't so well. Then again, there's this. So he's actually left with probably about a third of his original army, and they were just mass roaches that were about half as big. So yeah. I don't know how I feel about Immortals in game, but I do find them extremely sexy. And what I love most about them is just having them pound on a building. I mean, like coming up here to this hatchery, and these Immortals start shooting at, they're just like, I'm going to take that hatchery down really nice. Even though I can't figure out how a hatchery is even armored. Trying to keep his units balled up, and Zerglings are kind of doing a lot of damage here. I mean, I wasn't going to look at that army tab. That was really, really small. It wasn't even like a couple hundred minerals probably. Poor Roach getting completely boned there. GG from Mperor. So, yep. I am always just pleased to see mass Roach from the Zerg player, and that wasn't completely mass Roach, but that was probably just bad planning by him. A little bit of a problem here that I try to point out in replays. So I hope you guys can make this fix, because I try to do it when I'm playing as well. You guys notice when you're building up a lot of gas. As a Protoss, I can find a way to spend it pretty well. Gas-heavy armies. When I play Terran or Zerg, though, I always pull my guys off of the gas and put them on the minerals. And that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this and my Krispy Kreme donuts. I'll show that again here. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Goodbye.